Meet Odin, the dog who lost part of his snout in an accident and still found kindness in his owner, who adopted him after he spent 3 years in a shelter.
But before we start, please take a moment to give this video a like, subscribe to HappyWorld, and hit the bell so you'll never miss these great stories.
The smile of Odin the dog is so wide and loving that the marks he carries on his face and body fade out of focus. However, they rarely go unnoticed. The story is that when Odin was still a puppy, he had an explosive strapped to one of his paws. When he felt the fire, in an instinctive gesture to put it out, he bit the item, which blew up, knocking out teeth and destroying part of his paw and snout. Luckily, Odin was rescued with time and made it through alive. Then the puppy spent 3 years in a shelter with other animals, until his sweet smile shared on social media captivated his future owner, Klesien. Now Odin has over 10,000 followers on Instagram as more and more people fall in love with his touching story and adorable demeanor. Meet Odin the dog. When Odin was still a puppy, he had an explosive strapped to one of his paws which blew up, taking out his teeth and part of his paw and snout. Luckily, Odin was rescued in time and was able to heal. The puppy spent 3 years in a shelter with other animals before being adopted by his owner Klesien. In Viking mythology, Odin was the supreme chief of the realm of Asgard, where the Norse gods dwell. Odin is considered the god of wisdom, magic, poetry, and war. He is the protector of the dead in battle and of wizards. It would be the perfect name for him to carry due to his strength and life story. With the adoption of Odin, I knew that we would have a long battle ahead, of inclusion and even raising people's awareness of mistreatment. I know he's guiding me in this battle and doing the same with those who become aware of his existence, points out businesswoman Klesien Costa Kobayashi, who drove from Santa Barbara do Oeste to São José dos Campos to adopt Odin. Today, the family lives in Paraty on the coast of Rio de Janeiro. Now, Odin has over 10,000 followers on Instagram as more and more people fall in love with his touching story. Odin's owner wants to spread the message about animals that are constantly neglected in animal shelters. Klesien alerts readers to the fact that in shelters, some groups of animals are constantly neglected and spend years, if not their entire lives, without being chosen. These animals are the elderly, adults, and the disabled. That's why my goal today is to make people aware of this type of adoption, and mainly about responsible adoption. Adoption cannot be guided by the physical characteristics of the animal, but by the positive impact of living with these very special beings. It feels like drying ice most of the time, but we can't give up hope. It's refreshing to see Odin living a happy life after his accident. We hope this story inspires more people to adopt animals that have been hurt, but are just as lovable.